Good morning. Yeah, I got to max this thing out a little bit, but good morning, City Bridge. My name is Michael Haefner. My family and I have been coming to City Bridge for about 8 years now. My family and I, we live in the Houston Elementary neighborhood in Central Plano, and I'm there with my wife, Allie, and our 4 daughters, Michaela, Braylon, Ellie, and Carissa. Today, I'd like to share with you about how our neighbors became our ministry. I haven't always been intentional with my neighbors. I was raised in a Christian home, and I trusted the Lord with my life when I was 7, but for most of my adult life, I felt stuck in a holy huddle. I was very active within the church. I was in a community group and had participated and served in multiple ministries. While my faith was growing, I started to feel a conviction about the Christian bubble that I was living in. I wasn't having regular, meaningful interactions with people who weren't living their lives for Jesus. It also wasn't natural for me. If I were to give my region introduction, it would have been, my name's Michael, I have a new life in Christ, and I'm recovering from insecurity and a fear of rejection. Hi. This gap was something that I was aware of, but I was busy. My time was full with work, family, and church, and all 3 circles were strictly believers. I only knew the neighbors who engaged with me, and I rarely went to neighborhood events and only if they were convenient for us. That all changed about 4 years ago with a sermon here at City Bridge called Engaging Our City. That day, I was confronted with Jesus' words in Matthew 22, 37 through 39. He made it clear that all the law boils down to 2 commands: love God and love your neighbor. It was a powerful reminder that our neighbor isn't just the people that we have a natural overlap with. There's no good excuse for not loving the people who live in closest proximity to us. Shortly after that sermon, the Lord opened a door. The head of our neighborhood watch across the street from me sent out an email saying that she was having mobility issues and needed someone to take over. At this ask, we decided to reorient our priorities and say yes to neighborhood invites and opportunities, which meant we had to say no to some other asks. One simple idea I came across early was to focus on the 8 homes immediately around us, the 3 across the street, 2 on either side, and 3 across the alley. But we had already lived in our neighborhood for 2 years, and I remember saying to my wife, I wish we had just moved in so we could just bring them cookies or something. She responded that we should just do that anyways, but with boxes of Christmas cookies with our family Christmas card. That simple, intentional act was an awesome way to meet our neighbors, and a couple of years later, we moved to our current neighborhood, and it has continued to help us engage with our 8 closest neighbors. Fast forward to last year, and I was telling some of my new neighbors about the grants and other resources I had learned about in my previous neighborhood. My neighbors responded that I should start a group. So I created Neighbors of Houston. Our group covers almost 1,900 homes zoned for our neighborhood elementary school. We've hosted multiple successful events like a Halloween pizza party, cocoa and caroling, and a summer donut social. And last year, we even won the Plano Fittest Neighborhood Competition. The neighborhood engagement we have seen and continue to see has shown me firsthand how true it is that we are all created in the image of a triune God who is in and of himself community, 3 in 1. The greatest joy of this journey hasn't been the fun events or successful connections. It's been bearing one another's burdens, as it says in Galatians 6:2, and running toward the storm. It's rallying other neighbors to help meet needs and showing up when a neighbor's house catches fire, when a family member dies or is sick, or when they bring home a new foster child. Today, I can firmly say that my neighborhood is my ministry field. The Great Commandment isn't just a Hobby Lobby quote above my dinner table. It's something I do, right outside my front door. Just to be clear, this isn't a City Bridge ministry, but it is the heartbeat of who we are as Christians. In Matthew 5, Jesus says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Your light can shine through the smallest steps. Did you know that throughout Texas, the first Tuesday of October each year, there's National Night Out Block Party in a lot of neighborhoods? Maybe your next step is to figure out if there's one in your neighborhood and make sure you and your family are there. Maybe your next step is reaching out to the soccer coach of your neighborhood soccer team and tell them to reach out to you next season so that you and your child can have more overlap with neighbors. Or it could just be making some room in your calendar so that you can say yes to the next neighbor-hosted event. Thanks for letting me share my story.